What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk briefly about AMC. It's the weekend. Why not? Let's look at it. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Hey, maybe it makes sense to you, maybe it doesn't. But as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. All right. If you don't mind, hit the like button while you're thinking about it. I will get right into the information. So I have this trend line support basically drawn up way back since when, and just kind of looking into where we're sitting. It's been respected several times before, and that's about where we sit right now. Back to, are we going to respect this trend line, or is it going to give out? I don't know. We're going to watch, but in the past, it has been a nice little bounce point. So on the shorter time frames, obviously, we are just trending in this here channel, and it's flagging out, and eventually it's going to break up and out. Now, where it was sitting as far as what we saw on the daily, as close as it is, and then looking at where we are in the flag, is it time, or is it going to come back down for one more retest? I don't really know. I mean, I wish I could tell you what exactly it was going to do, but I think where it's sitting, I'm looking at a low of somewhere in the 750 range if it wants to trend down just a little bit more in the flag. We did tap a 758, so maybe this will be the one that pushes up and out if it's going to continue to respect that lower trend line that we've been bouncing off of. But I want to keep an eye on it come Monday, because I think it could give us just a little bit of a push. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all and this is going to be your MOAS, imminent, but we do often reject off of this here trend line as well, coming down over our heads. So from where it sits, call it $7.50. If it wants to get a quick spike run back up here, I mean, we could be anywhere in the, depending on when it hits, $11 to $13 range. So that's not a bad trade. I don't care what you guys do. Most of you are probably diamond handing this one, and some of you are traders. And like I said, it's a trading channel, so we don't talk about this one too much. But no matter what, we both want to see it go in the other direction, I'm pretty sure, unless you're shorting it, and then you're like, no, let's not. But I think it's sitting in a pretty good spot as far as what could be a support bounce. Now, we know they don't like to let us get our breakouts very often, but I think if we get just a little bit of stableness in the overall markets, or even some strength, and I don't even know if we need the strength. I think we just need stability in the overall markets to, even if it just wants to trend sideways for a little while and let us do something here. They don't seem to really care if we make those bounces as much as they care about the rejections. So I do like the possible scenario that we do get a bounce here, and I'm going to be watching the trend line overhead if we do get a bounce and see where it can go. Like I said, I'm not saying this is your MOAS moment, but at least I think it's at a point where it could turn around. We've seen overall morale sentiment be kind of low as far as the community goes. Everybody's arguing, fighting, and it is what it is. You're humans, you got money in it, emotions take over, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. And I'm kind of glad that I don't follow this stock on a daily basis, because you guys would be ripping my head off as well. But I do think that it's sitting in a good spot. I think whenever things start turning around, the community will probably come back together and be a little bit more at peace with the whole scenario. I'm not gonna lie, it's not pretty. It's not the most beautiful thing that we could ever be witnessing or be part of as far as where it is right now. But, most of you guys are thinking long-term vision. We want to see some correction come back into the markets. We want to see that free and fair market come into play. And really, I think that's what most of this stood for in the beginning. Now, along the way, obviously, it became about making money, and then it hurt more people whenever they saw their accounts start turning red and deeper red and deeper red. So it only makes sense with the overall feelings and emotions, because that comes along with money. But whenever we get going in the right direction again, maybe, just maybe, we'll see brighter days in the future. So let's see. I mean, I can't tell you to buy or sell, but if you're dipping your toe in, wondering if it might be a place to bring down the average. It could be a place to bring down the average, and you know what? It doesn't mean that you have, say you buy 100 more shares at this spot and it starts to fall. You know what? You got your original position still. You can always cut those 100 that you used to try to average down and just bail out and wait till there is a true bottom. It's not like every single share you buy you have to diamond hand or hold. You don't have to diamond hand or hold a single one of them if you don't want to. We don't care what you do on this channel. It's your money. But over the weekend, just looking for possible setups for what could be money to the upside whenever the markets open up for us on Monday. So I wanted to jump in, just show you what, again, I was looking at. I mean, it looks like a pretty solid setup. I know, like I'd been saying, the sentiment seems to be low in the community, but if you're looking at the charts, they don't get much better looking than this. You know, your risk to reward is pretty much right in play as far as how little risk you would take, as far as what the reward spinoff would be in conjunction with that. But like I said, have a trading plan before you get into it, or if you're adding more shares or whatever you're doing, don't think that every single one you have to add, you have to hold. And as far as the head and shoulders, I don't know. The volume's really kind of died off. You can see down here the volume has just been coming in lower and lower, but we do have some buying pressure as far as with the fall. So is it going to truly play out like a head and shoulders and break down? I don't think it is. I think it's going to turn around. I think the volume's going to come back into the play, and I think it's just going to rip. But I've said that before. Let's see what the RSI does as far as, I mean, it looks like it's starting to curl back up. It is about equal to where we were here. So that looks good to me. 4 hour overall kind of curling back up as well. So they all should be. We're sitting above 50 on the 1 hour. So should be some buying pressure. Looks really good on the 30 minutes. And holding pretty consistent and steady, at least on the very short time frame. So I kind of like what I'm seeing. Let's see if this is the breakout. Let's see if this is the bounce, or if it needs to do it one more time, and we will go from there. But I will see what happens on Monday morning for sure. Thank you guys for coming back and watching another one. I will catch you in the next video. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.